What I love about Langhorne Creek, and I think is important to get a sense of the place, is that drive in when you come through the hills. You come through Mount Barker and Wistow, and then you get to a point on the back end of the hill where you come around a bend and you see everything fall away and open up in front of you, and you see down to the vineyards of Langhorne Creek, you see the lake in the distance, and the whole place suddenly makes sense when you see it from that way, and you look at it and go, that's pretty good country.
You know, we didn't grow up going to picture theatres and malls. We lived in the creek and in amongst the vines, and we drive cars and motorbikes before, you know, we were 10.
It's a farming community, it's a country football community, it's a Friday nights at the pub kind of community, and I think I love that about Langhorne Creek.
Our region is a large region in viticultural sense, but we are a small winemaking community.
There's a real all in sort of feel to the district, even with the wine. You know, all of us wineries work really well together.
Langhorne Creek being a small community, the captain of the footy club is the captain of the cricket club, and opening bowling and opening batsmen, probably wicket keepers as well, and so it does all those things, and probably umpires the juniors, coaches the senior colts, and plays both B and A grade if he needs to.
There's a long history of great brands making great wines that have been recognised at a national and international level. You know, Greg Follett's won the Max Schubert twice. That's pretty impressive.
We have the Southern Ocean directly south of Langhorne Creek, then Lake Alexandrina, and then our beautiful wine growing region, and all the southerly weather passes across that water body, so it does have a big impact. Our daytime temperatures in Langhorne Creek are amazing for flavour development. We have beautiful warm days, sunny, clear, and the thing that happens that's caused by the lake is that every evening we have a really dramatic reduction in temperature. So the breeze comes in off the lake, the temperature plummets, and that impact on our wines is quite significant. So apart from the fact that we're getting beautiful development of flavour, that evening cool temperatures allows the vines almost, I call it, to relax. There's natural acidity retained. The wines show a lot more finesse because they're able to have that downtime. And I think when you look at a Langhorne Creek wine, you see that beautiful elegance in them, and that's, you know, the lake impact is contributing to that.
I am now more convinced than I ever have been, having judged the show, you know, several times, that Langhorne Creek Cabernet is actually one of the great red wine styles of Australia.
Yeah, so Langhorne Creek Cabernet really has, you know, this great drinkability. It's generous, it's soft, but there's ample fruit as well. There's an elegance and a length about the wines. You know, that's partly to do with obviously the maritime influence we have here, but also the soils. You know, there's a richness and a depth in the soils, and I think that comes through in the wines as well.
So we've got all the aromatics of these cool regions like Margaret River, like Coonawarra, etc. We've also got clay soils that give richness to the wine. So you've got sort of the best of both worlds. Aromatic with palate, fantastic.
You know, we're able to get a riper element of, you know, dark fruit characters in there, along with occasional piece of choc mint, which is perhaps a regional thing as well. We don't tend to have any issues with mid-palate with Cabernet here in Langhorne Creek. We have that mid-palate plushness.
Greg Follett's Cabernets, I think, as a benchmark for Australia, they are absolutely amazing wines, and how they're not sold out within 3 months of release is beyond me.
Malbec is obviously something that has a lot of focus in Langhorne Creek, and I think, you know, Langhorne Creek's probably leading the country with its focus on the variety, and I think we're seeing some really, really exciting stuff coming out of Langhorne Creek with Malbec.
Malbec, we're not sure when it first got planted, but we've seen harvest records from the 1890s, so obviously it was planted sometime before then. It's an aromatic wine. It can be very perfumed. You can get these lovely violet characters. Now that's So for the geeks, including me, the violet character is a compound called beta-damascenone, and that degrades in hot weather. So the cool climate that we have here with the breezes off the lake and the Southern Ocean that come in most afternoons over summer and during the ripening condition, that holds onto this beta-damascenone, which when we ferment it out, has a smell of violets or roses. So people often say, oh, Langhorne Creek's not a cool climate region, but if you smell all that violet in there, it has to be. But it has this amazing colour and amazing aromatics, and so in their wisdom, in 1961, I think it was, the first table wine that Bleasdale made was Malbec, and haven't looked back. It's been a very, very strong variety for us. Look, it's just a delicious red, and I think it can really, it could overtake Shiraz in Australia. I really think it could.
It's this fantastic nursery for alternative varieties that I think that a lot of the rest of the country can look to as well. I think a lot of the varieties that people are interested in other parts of the country are well established in Langhorne Creek, and they're actually, starting to show what we can expect from these varieties.
There's a lot of work being done with white varietals, so it's exciting times.
Langhorne Creek is at the forefront of the alternate varieties. We are doing it very well here, and whilst we're using them as our own brands and our own labels, we're finding that other wineries are coming to us for other regions.
I suppose someone once landed here and put the first Cabernet vine in here, so we're here not only to continue on the tradition, but maybe forge a new one that someone's talking about us in 100 years' time, hopefully.
Langhorne Creek is this lovely combination of long-term heritage and exciting future. There will be those traditional threads of Langhorne Creek that will always be there, that I see continuing long into the future, but I think there's going to be a lot more people wanting to bang a flag into the dirt in Langhorne Creek and say, I'm happy to say I'm from this place.
Check us out.